Give it a few seconds to kick in. Thank you for tuning in. This is Marcus the Fingaz, Dafingaz. I am a music composer and producer focusing on sync licensing and movie trailer music. And this is the next episode. I believe it's episode 139, unless I missed one, of the Syncrets To Success podcast. This is a podcast where I talk about sync licensing, trailer music, and I'm doing some plugin reviews also occasionally, do interviews with some great people as well. And I share the journey of trailer music and sync licensing. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the Desecrator plugin from Fallout Music Group. You can check out Fallout Music Group. I actually have a template that I have here in Logic Pro. You might not be used to these colors, but this is my color template that I have in Logic Pro. This is called Blackout. I have a couple of color templates that I've created for Logic Pro. You can see in the description how you can download those as well. But this is my Fallout Music Group template that has all of my Fallout Music Group plugins, including Ascendance, Desecrator I just added, Hybrid Studio Tycho, Quake, Shelter. These are a series of free instruments, Sonar, Trailer Pings and Signatures, Trailer Brahms 2. I also have Trailer Brahms 1, but I mostly use Trailer Brahms 2, Trailer Trash, Unstrung and Unstrung 2, and Unsung. All those plugins are great. I have some of those reviews on my channel already. I think I have some that I need to do as well. But we're going to talk about Desecrator today. So when I get new plugins from a company like Fallout Music Group, I add it to my template here of just their plugins, which is great for like doing contests. When they have contests and they say only use our plugins, or for videos like this when I want to add it and just keep track of the sounds that I have from one certain company. So Fallout Music Group, they make some great sounds for specifically for composers, for trailer music composers, for producers, for beat makers. And I'm going to show you the Desecrator plugin today. I'm not going to go over all the different settings here. I'm going to just do a quick high level overview. You can look at their channel. You can also look at some reviews on some other channels that have gone in really to dive deep in the plugin here. But what I'm going to do is just show you just the default sounds that you get. I'll play some of the sounds from the different instruments that we have from the native instruments. I am using Contact 8 here, and I have this instrument loaded up. So just starting out with Atmosphere Designer, you have different layers, 2 layers that you can load up in the Designer. You have this sort of wet-dry blend of different effects here. I believe you can use automation if you want to trigger an automation for this, or if you have a joystick that you want to use to trigger the automation for how you move that thing around. And then you have different effects. So you have your not necessarily ADSR, but you have the AR, the attack and release, for the 2 layers. You can adjust what sound is in those layers from the different categories here. You have antique, stringed, metals, and other. You can also use the randomize function here to randomize some of those options. Then you have phaser, distort, freak, delay on both of those layers, and then you can adjust different parameters as you select those down here. So very intuitive. Very if you're familiar with Fallout Music Group, you might enjoy the sounds here. But I'm just going to play through a couple of them. So I'm going to start with the Atmosphere Designer here, and it's not loading up. Let me hold on. Already feeling on the mission. And what I will do is I will mute the microphone so that you can hear the sound and it won't come back through my headphones. So I'm going to play a couple from Atmosphere Designer, and I'm going to tweak some settings here. You'll see me tweaking the knobs here. This is the Anguish. I will go through a couple of presets here as well, and then we'll talk about Pad and Rise and all the other ones. So starting with the Atmosphere Designer, here we go. So I am a huge fan of randomized buttons in plugins. So this is what I like to press in these plugins, and I think they have similar features in other plugins that they also offer the randomized function. So I usually just press that, a couple times until I find something I like, and then go with that. So that is sort of the atmosphere designer. I'm going to go down to the pad designer. Let's see what this is sounding like. Hopefully it loads up. And so you see the keys. Let me make sure I highlight the pad designer, and these are the keys. And let's go through some presets. I'll do a similar thing, go through the presets here in the pad designer, and also do some randomized functions. So I'll go through a couple of presets. They're really great sounds for sound designing. I'm going to go to the Rise designer next. So let me click down here, and I'm going to solo this. So this is sort of like a riser, and we have 3 notes here. And a quick insight, you have 3 notes here, C3, D3, E3. These 3 notes, the C will be the longest riser, the D will be a little shorter, and the E will be the shortest of those. So I'll play through one more preset, and then I'll hit the randomize function. And you have you see some parameters change when we go to some of the different NKI, the different instruments here in Kontakt. So we have Exciter here, which adds a little just more energy to them. And in addition to randomizing all the parameters down here, I can just randomize layer 1, layer 2, or just the exciter parameters. So I can click this a couple times and get to the right range. Let's click this a couple times. All right, let's go to Timekeeper. So I'm going to go down to Timekeeper. We're going to solo that. Now, on this one, you see that we have a sort of designer here for the tempo. We can choose between whole note, half note, quarter, eighth. And it also tells you if you're going to put this in a track, you want to make sure you have your 125 millisecond delay compensation on here. I'm using Logic Pro, but if you're using whatever DAW, just make sure you have that on. So I'm going to play the C3 here. And if I had eighth notes, and I can trigger and then I can also choose again layer 1, layer 2, so we could have different options there. Let's go to bad teeth, and let's go to glitched. So here it sounds more like a clocky, and then we have, of course, our blend. So it's like your wet dry between layer 1 and 2, and also with your effects. And then we have, again, phaser, distort, freak, delay. Down here we have panning, so I can do ping pong. Or double. And what I'll do again, I'll choose through some presets, go through some presets here, and play through some of those. And then I'll hit the randomize a few times, and we'll see what happens there. I do see that randomize is not randomizing the timekeeper or the sort of sequencer up here. I would like randomize to also randomize the sequencer. I see it's randomizing the sounds and all the different layers here, but not the sequencer. So that would be great if it could randomize, or if I had an option to randomize this, even if it's separate. But I'll program some stuff, and here we go. So not bad. And then last but not least, we'll go down to the whoosh hit designer. And this is a way to design whoosh hits. So if I make sure I select this, and again, you can see how elements from previous plugins they've created. So for example, the Rise designer, for a great, if you want to dive in deeper on risers, you can check out the Fallout Music Group Ascendance. And for whoosh hit designer, there is those. I think those elements are actually built into some of the unstrung options as well. Again, I'll do some reviews of some of these other ones. Quake is more for like booms, almost like downers. But so we're going to talk about whoosh hits. This will be C3. Let me go to the right layer. Oh, that is loud. Hold on. Sorry if I blew your ears out. Pause. So C3 will be the hit. The DEF3 will be the different whoosh into the hit at different sort of lengths. So the D will be longer, the E will be a little shorter, the F will be the shortest. So I'll play the D, pause, and the F. So you see how that's shorter. And then up here, the D4 through F4 range up here are just the whooshes. So no hit. So I'll play through a couple presets there and then do some randomization as well. So with the modulation wheel, if you see down here at the left of the keyboard, I can use that to adjust the frequency of both the layers. So something like this, you can have almost like a boom, and I can fade it in to like whoosh hit. So you have really some great sound designing options within the plugin. Like that. I'm getting carried away. What I will do, probably post to social media. I'm going to create a queue. I actually have to start a project. And this is a great plugin to use to start working on that project. So I will post some snippets on social media of something that I'll create using this, and I'll try to get at least one of those done today. So shout out to Fallout Music Group. They did provide this for me to review at no charge, so shout out to them. This is not a paid review, but they did provide this free copy. I believe you have to say that on YouTube when you do reviews. People probably don't, but shout out to them for providing this. Shout out to them for all their great plugins. Again, as I mentioned, I have some reviews of some of these other ones on my YouTube channel here, so definitely check those out, and I'll do some more. If there's anything specific you want to see, let me know in the comments, and just say, hey, I want to check out Unsung or Unstrung or whatever, and I'll do another video. Even if I already have one, I'll do an updated video on that. So definitely check that out. Check out the Fallout Music Group plugins. There will be a link in the description. Check out my Logic Pro color templates. There will be a link for that in the description as well, as in addition to some other resources that I use for music production, sync licensing, and then other resources that I offer as a entrepreneur in the music business and music industry space. So definitely check all of that out. Shout out to Fallout Music Group Desecrator is another great one, another great addition to their catalog. And glad to be able to dive in on this. So I'll probably get to work right now on something. I would do it live, but I don't know which direction I'm going to go. So what I'll do is I'll stop the recording, I'll do something, and then I'll post snippets to social media. Hopefully I finish it today. So fingers crossed. But thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the support. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out some other episodes of this podcast, Syncrets To Success podcast. I didn't mention that this podcast is also sponsored by STS. You can check out some of the stuff that they offer in the description below as well. Until the next video, be safe and be